Hey, in today's video, I want to talk about something that's super important if you want to launch a business or if you want to grow your business in incremental steps, okay? And that is the size of the audience that you should be going after, okay? Because common sense would dictate that if you want to make a lot of sales, you should go after a lot of people. But it's actually the opposite to that. What you really want to be doing is going after your smallest viable audience, okay? And what your smallest viable audience is those are the people that you best relate to, that best relate to you, okay? And the reason for that is because with empathic marketing, you want to understand your audience and you want them to feel understood. And there's no way you can understand everybody as a global unit, right? Because we're all different people. We all have had different experience. We all have different thoughts. We all have different feelings, right? And so we can't go after all of these differences in one approach, right? And that's why you want to go after your smallest viable audience. And what I talk about is like your there's the psychographics, not the demographics, but the psychographics. So the demographics are 25 to 35-year-old males who like to play hockey. Okay, that's a demographic. A psychographic is more along the lines of what your audience is thinking and what they're feeling, and they're all grouped together. What are their difficulties? What are their desires? What are their dreams? What are their dreads? Right? Those are the people you want to group together in one lot. Okay. Now, the people who are best at this are luxury brands, right? Luxury brands are very good at finding their lane, staying in their lane. Look at Ferrari, look at Rolex. I'm sure there's people that email Ferrari all the time and say, hey, Ferrari, you should think about producing a more affordable sports car because then you could sell to more people. And Ferrari's like, no, that's not our lane. Go make some more money and come back when you can afford one of the vehicles that we already have, because we're not degrading our brand by selling lower vehicles, right? And they are unapologetically expensive, okay? Rolex is the same thing. Politics. This is a super important thing for politics. Like one of the best politicians in history that understood this is Trump, right? I am not a fan of Trump. And so every time I saw him, make fun of a disabled person or say something, sexually inappropriate or degrading to women, I'm like, dude, you are done. But the thing is no, that made him stronger because of his audience. His audience likes making fun of disabled people. His audience likes degrading women. And so he was building them. He's like, yes, you are like me. And yeah, you're the person I want to get behind. And what you have to understand is that, especially like in this political area, Trump, like people with Trump values aren't the majority of the US population, but he still won. And why is that? Because those are the people who went out to vote. Now, I might butcher the numbers in this story that I read, but it's going to be pretty close, all right? So there was this one election catchment area. It was like, let's say 700,000 people. And the politicians are like, man, like we got to, and they had like a 10%, rate of people coming out to vote. Like, yeah, we need more people to come out to vote. But here's the thing. If you want to win that election, like that election is won by like 5,000 votes, right? So if you want to win that election, you don't have to go after 700,000 people and try to get those 700,000 people to vote for you. You have to go over those, 5,000 people that aren't voting and get them into your camp and get them to the polls, okay? And see how your message would be so much different if you were targeting 5,000 people versus 700,000 people? Because if you want those 5,000 people to vote for you, then you shouldn't be afraid of offending like 600,000 people, right? Because the more you offend, the more you polarize, the more the people on your side are going to be on your side. And again, that's what Trump did. Is he found the people who shared his values, and he just built them up. He just pumped them up, right? And he didn't care about all the people he was offending. And in fact, he liked it because the more they were offended, the stronger that made his audience. Okay, so give that some thought. Like really get into the empathic marketing. Again, it's the 4 Ds of transformation delivery that you want to look at. Like, what are your audience's difficulties? What do they desire? What are their dreads? What are their dreams? And if you can really nail that down for a real tight, small viable audience, then you can create a campaign that speaks specifically to them. And the more specifically you're able to speak to them, the more likely they are to buy. All right, guys, hope that makes sense. If you want it broken down a little bit further, go to themarketingmedic.ca, themarketingmedic.ca, and download my EMS scorecard. That breaks everything down point by point, and that'll help you with your next campaign. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, follow wherever you're seeing this video, so maybe you can see me again. All right, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.